The PK is a 7.62 mm general-purpose machine gun designed in the Soviet Union and currently in production in Russia. The original PK machine gun was introduced in 1961 and then the improved PKM in 1969 to replace the SGM and RP-46 machine guns in Soviet service. It remains in use as a frontline infantry and vehicle-mounted weapon with Russia's armed forces. The PK has been exported extensively and produced in several other countries under license. History. The main artillery directorate of the Soviet Union adopted specification requirements for a 7.62 mm general-purpose company and battalion level machine gun, chambered for a rifle cartridge in 1955. In 1958 a machine gun prototype developed by G.I. Nikitin and Yuri M. Sokolov successfully passed field tests. Based on the results of the tests, it was decided in 1960 to manufacture a batch of Nikitin Sokolov machine guns for service tests and then put the machine gun into production at the Kovrov mechanical plant. When the Nikitin Sokolov machine gun was almost completed, a team of Izhevsk mechanical plant designers, headed by M.T. Kalashnikov, and further consisting of M.T. Kalashnikov, V. Krupin, V.N. Pushkin, A.D. Kryakushin, as well as Startsev, Kamzolov, Koryukovzev, Ufarev, joined the competition. The machine gun prototype was based on the well-proven gas-operated rotary bolt design of the Kalashnikov pattern arms. The Kalashnikov and the Nikitin Sokolov prototypes underwent service tests in the Central Asia, the Odessa, and the Baltic military districts, as well as at the Viceroy officer training courses in late 1960. The main missiles and artillery directorate and the Ministry of the Defense Industry preferred the Kalashnikov design. The Kalashnikov design was found to be more reliable and cheaper to manufacture than the design of Grigory Nikitin and Yuri Sokolov. The PKS was put into production at the Kovrov mechanical plant and used the tripod mount and an ammunition belt boxes originally designed for the Nikitin Sokolov prototype machine gun. Nikitin's and Sokolov's machine gun design was later used in the 12.7 mm NSV heavy machine gun that was put into production in 1971. Design details. The original PK was a development of Kalashnikov's AKM assault rifle and the accompanying RPK light machine gun design that featured STAM receivers. The PK uses the 7.62 x 54 mm Eastern Bloc standard cartridge that produces significantly more bolt thrust when compared to the Eastern Bloc 7.62 x 39 mm and 5.45 x 39 mm intermediate cartridges. Operating mechanism. The bolt and carrier design are similar to the AK-47 and other modernized Kalashnikov pattern weapons, as is the stripping procedure performed to remove those mechanisms from the gun for cleaning. The bolt and bolt carrier are however oriented upside down compared to the AKM, with the piston and gas system being underneath the barrel. Unlike the AKM and RPK, the PK machine gun series is an open bolt design, which improves heat management during automatic fire compared to closed bolt designs and helps avoiding the dangerous phenomenon known as cook-off, wherein the firing chamber becomes so hot that the propellant contained in a chambered round unintentionally ignites, making the weapon fire until the ammunition is exhausted. Open bolt designs typically operate much cooler than closed bolt designs due to the airflow allowed into the chamber. receiver action and barrel during pauses between bursts, making them more suitable for constant full automatic weapons such as machine guns. General-purpose machine guns like the PK are further normally issued with several quick-change barrels that during prolonged intensive use are swapped out, allowing one barrel to cool while the machine gun fires with the other. The rimmed 7.62 x 54 mm cartridges are set in a metal ammunition belt and are held against the shoulder inside non-disintegrating looped links, leaving the rim exposed at the rear. The belt is mounted from the right side into the feedway of the PK machine gun. The PK uses a non-reciprocating charging handle on the right side of the receiver to charge the gun. Since the PK uses a rimmed rifle cartridge and closed-link belts used for feeding, a two-stage feed mechanism with a preliminary extraction of a cartridge from a belt link was preferred over a direct ammunition feed design often used for rimmed cartridges. The PK machine gun is equipped with a lever-type feed mechanism mounted on the feed cover and operated by the feed lever, mounted on the right wall of the receiver and wrapping around the bolt carrier with its feed pawl and roller. The PK feed mechanism pulls the rimmed 7.62 x 54 mm cartridges out from the back of the ammunition belt and drops the cartridges down into the feed way, allowing the bolt to strip and feed the cartridges into the chamber for firing. The breech is locked by a rotating bolt, with two locking lugs engaging locking recesses in the receiver. The gas piston is hinged below the bolt carrier assembly, and its vertical travel makes it possible to bend the group, making machine gun assembly and disassembly for maintenance easier. The protruding rear part of the bolt carrier assembly features spiral-shaped cuts, which provide a controlled rotation of the bolt. The mainspring is accommodated in the bolt carrier assembly slide channel. A cartridge extractor with a latch is mounted in the rear part of the bolt carrier assembly. The cocking lever, mounted on the right, is not integral with the bolt carrier and does not reciprocate as the gun fires. The machine gun fires from the rear sear. The gas cylinder is mounted under the barrel and fitted with a gas regulator with 3 fixed positions. The gas regulator opens corresponding holes to change the amount of expanding propellant gases bled off out of the gas cylinder into the atmosphere, thus varying the amount of energy transferred onto the long-stroke piston. Receiver. The PK general-purpose machine gun U-shaped receiver is stamped from a smooth 1.5 mm sheet of steel that is supported extensively by pins and rivets. For additional rigidity and strength, the PK receiver features double walls made from 1.5 mm steel plates that are welded together with the U-shaped stamping. The receiver top cover is also stamped from 1.5 mm sheet metal and hinged on the front of the receiver and locked at the back with a spring-loaded latch. Barrel. The quick detachable barrel assembly slides into the receiver and attaches by a barrel lock. On the original PK, it was partially fluted to increase rigidity and improve heat dissipation. The barrel lock also regulates the gap between the breech face and the breech end of the barrel. PK barrels have a folding carry handle grip that is positioned to the left of the receiver and is used to transport the weapon and quickly and safely change out barrels to prevent barrel overheating. The bore is chrome-lined and features 4 right-hand grooves at a 240 mm rifling twist rate. The muzzle is threaded for the installation of various muzzle devices such as a flash hider. The muzzle was normally equipped with a conical flash suppressor that added 53 mm to the barrel and later a long slotted flash suppressor that added 72 mm to the barrel. Later, when the PKM variant was introduced, the PK series barrel fluting was omitted and the muzzle device was changed to a shorter cylindrical, slotted flash suppressor that added 40 mm to the barrel. Side sun sights. The rear sight assembly is riveted onto the receiver cover and consists of a square notched rear tangent iron sight calibrated in 100 meters increments, from 100 to 1,500 meters, and includes a point-blank range battle zero setting corresponding to a 330 meters zero. It is identical in design to the AKM and Mosin Nagant, except that it is oriented backwards with the notch forward and a hinge behind. Like the RPD rear sight, the PK rear sight also features full windage adjustment in the form of small dials on either side of the notch. The front sight assembly is mounted near the end of the barrel and consists of a protected open post adjustable for elevation in the field. Optical sights. PK machine guns that feature a Warsaw-packed side rail bracket on the left side of the receiver can mount various aiming optics. The standard Russian side rail-mounted optical sight was the 4x26 1P29 universal sight for small arms, an aiming optic similar to the British Suton SUS-80 and Canadian C-79 optical sights. When mounted, the 1P29 sight is positioned centered above the receiver at a height that allows the use of the iron sights. It weighs 0.8 kilograms, offers 4 times magnification with a field of view of 8 degrees and 35 mm eye relief. The 1P29 is issued with a canvas pouch, a lens cleaning cloth, combination tool, 2 rubber eye cups, 2 eye cup clamps and 3 different bullet drop compensation cams for the AK-74, RPK-74 and PK machine gun. The 1P29 is intended for quickly engaging point and area targets at various ranges. On the right side of the field of view, a stadiometric rangefinder is incorporated that can be used to determine the distance from a 1.5 meters tall object from 400 to 1,200 meters. The reticle is an inverted aiming post in the top half of the field of view and is tritium illuminated for low light condition aiming. Trigger. The trigger assembly, mounted inside the receiver, is operated by the mainspring and suitable for automatic fire. It has no single-shot mode. The manual rotating type safety locks the sear, which engages the sear notch of the bolt carrier assembly, and the trigger lug does not allow the bolt turner assembly to go all the way back. Stock. The skeletonized buttstock, pistol grip and folding carry handle grip on the barrels were originally manufactured from birch plywood laminates. Such engineered woods are stronger and resist warping better than the conventional one-piece patterns, do not require lengthy maturing, and are cheaper. The wooden furniture was finished with the Russian amber shellac finishing process. Small accessories and an oil solvent container can be stored inside butt recesses. Later the buttstock was fitted with a hinged butt rest. More recent PKM machine guns and barrel assemblies are equipped with a new black glass-filled polyamide buttstock, pistol grip and barrel carry handle grip shaped like the previously used laminated wooden stock and grips. Feeding PK machine guns are belt-fed, using non-disintegrating metal belts, which have links that wrap around the cartridge case shoulder all the way around, and are linked by a coiling wire on each side. The links are made of 0.8 mm thick high-carbon stamped steel sheet metal that is zinc phosphated and varnished for protection. These belts are preloaded at ammunition factories in 25-round connectable belt lengths and can be linked to any length necessary. Factory-connected PK ammunition belts are available in 25, 100, 200 and 250 rounds lengths. Typical of Soviet machine guns, the PK feeds from the right and ejects its spent cases via an ejection port on the left side of the weapon, contrary to the right side ejection port seen in most Western machine guns. For the light machine gun role, the PK is used as the standard squad automatic weapon of the Russian Army. The The PK uses a 100-round non-disintegrating belt contained in a metal box made from an aluminum frame and steel cover that can be attached under the gun's receiver. The 100-round belt assault box has a folding lid in its cover for feeding the ammunition belt when the box is attached under the machine gun receiver, and weighs 3.9 kilograms or 3.4 kilograms for the modernized all-aluminum lightweight variant. When the machine gun is fired from a bipod, the 100-round ammunition box is normally attached to the underside of the receiver. For the medium machine gun roll, there is also a 200 and 250th round ammunition box made from an aluminum frame and steel cover available, which can be mounted on the tripods used for the PK machine gun series. A 200 and 250th round ammunition box containing a 250 round non-disintegrating belt weighs 9.4 kilograms and containing a 200 round non-disintegrating belt weighs 8 kilograms or 6.2 kilograms for the modernized all-aluminum lightweight variant. Both metal ammunition boxes have canvas carry handles. All openings on the machine gun, particularly the ejector port on the left and the belt feed entrance on the right, are covered with spring-loaded dust covers so that the openings are only exposed when they need to be. Accessories: the PK is equipped with a simple detachable bipod mounted to the gas cylinder beneath the barrel, and in that setup is used as a squad-level support weapon. The right bipod leg accommodates links of a cleaning rod. Other accessories include a sling and storage covers. The PK machine gun is also suitable for installation on tripod mounts, vehicle mounting, and can also be used as a light anti-aircraft weapon against slow-flying aircraft when it is put on an AA mount. As with all general-purpose machine guns, tripod and vehicle mountings offer a higher degree of accuracy and control than when used on a less stable bipod. The PK machine gun, firing short bursts from a bipod as a light machine gun, has the following accuracy of fire: a mean deviation of 7 to 10 centimeters at a range of 100 meters, 37 to 51 centimeters at 500 meters, and 71 to 103 centimeters at 1000 meters. Variants: PKS for heavier employment. The PKS is based on the Samozhankov 62 tripod mount. The PKN 62 tripod weighs 16.5 kilograms. The 62 Samozhankov tripod mount was designed by E.S. Samozhankov and entered service in 1961 and weighs 7.5 kilograms. The 62 Samozhankov tripod mount was earlier envisioned for the Nikitin Sokoyov machine gun that was not adopted by the Soviet Union. All types of ammunition belt boxes are carried and mounted separately. The rack-off device is used for loading ammunition belts. The PK machine gun is attached to a cradle on the 62 Samozhankov mount. The cradle is hinged to a plug-in swivel equipped with a rack and pinion traversing mechanism, and a rod and screw elevation mechanism. The traversing mechanism is fitted with stops to limit the field of fire. For anti-aircraft fire or fire against ground targets from a kneeling position, the cradle mounts a collapsible pole with a pivoting bracket. The mount features non-digging-in spades. Sliding spades affect the accuracy of fire less than a jumping tripod with dug-in spades. There is an extra folding spade on the front leg for slippery and moving ground. Hinged tripod legs allow a gunner to fire the machine gun from a prone, a sitting, or a kneeling position. The PKS machine gun firing burst bursts from its tripod with fixed traversing and elevation mechanisms. As a medium machine gun has the following accuracy of fire: mean deviation of 5 to 6 centimeters at a range of 100 meters, 25 to 29 centimeters cm at 500 meters, and 49 to 68 centimeters at 1000 meters. PKM. The PKM was adopted into service in 1969. The PKM is a modernized, product-improved version of the PK. The upgrades primarily aimed at reducing the weight, simplifying production, and facilitating easier operation. The receiver cover became more rigid due to lengthwise ribs. The butt was fitted with a hinged butt rest. The barrel fluting was omitted and the flash hider was changed. Later on, the PKM was equipped with a new black glass-filled polyamide buttstock and pistol grip shaped like the previously used laminated wooden stock and grip. PKMN. The PKMN is a variant that can mount a night sight. The PKMN1 can thus mount the multi-model NSPU-3 night vision scope, while the PKMN2 can mount the multi-model NSPU-M night vision scope. It can also be fitted with the 1PN93 series passive night sights. Besides the Shakon and 1PN116 thermal sights and the 1PN119 anti-sniper special-purpose night vision sight are available for mounting on PK. Machine guns that, like the PKMN model, feature a Warsaw-packed side rail bracket on the left side of the receiver for mounting aiming optics. PKMS. For heavier employment, the PKMS is mounted on the Stepanov 65 tripod mount. The PKM 65 tripod weight 12 kilograms. The tripod mount, designed by LV Stepanov for the PKM machine gun, entered service in 1969 and weighs 4.5 kilograms. It is a lighter mount for the PK general-purpose machine gun without affecting the accuracy of fire. Besides, the Stepanov mount has 20 fewer components than the preceding Samozhenkov tripod and is 40% less labor-intensive. The Stepanov mount is based on a principle of multifunctional components. The elevation mechanism frame is also used as a pole for kneeled shooting or anti-aircraft fire. The base sleeve also serves as the axis for attaching rear legs of the tripod. The machine gun attachment is combined with the elevation mechanism frame lock for anti-aircraft fire. The fine elevation adjustment mechanism is integrated with the elevation mechanism axis. The ammunition belt box can be secured to the right rear tripod leg. This enables one crew member to carry and operate the gun in combat without having to unload the gun before repositioning the gun. PKMSN. The PKMSN is similarly to the PKMN a special model of the tripod-mounted variant that can mount night sights for low-visibility operations. The PKMSN model can use NSPU-3 and NSPU-M night sights. It can also be fitted with the 1PN93 series passive night sights. Besides the Shakon and 1PN116 thermal sights and the 1PN119 anti-sniper special-purpose night vision sight are available for mounting on PK. Machine guns that, like the PKMSN model, feature a Warsaw-packed side rail bracket on the left side of the receiver for mounting aiming optics. PKT. The PKT is a further development of the PK to replace the SGMT Goruanov vehicle-mounted machine gun. Modifications include the removal of the stock, a longer and heavier barrel, a gas regulator and an electric solenoid trigger. The PKT is usually fed from 250-round ammunition boxes. Its ballistic performance with various ammunition types is stated as R50 at 300 meters means the closest 50% of the shot group will all be within a circle of the mentioned diameter at 300 meters. PKP Pekenek. The PKP Pekenek is a new general-purpose machine gun based on the PKM. It has a heavy fixed barrel encased in a radial cooling sleeve that uses forced air cooling, much like the Lewis gun of World War I. Foreign variants: HCP-PKM NATO. In the early 1990s, as part of the preparations to join NATO, the Polish armed forces were looking for a replacement for the PK series machine guns then in service. The H. Seguilski Poznan S.A. works in Poznan modified the PKS to feed standard 7.62 x 51 mm NATO cartridges and use NATO's standard ammo belts. The new model received the code name PKM NATO. The modifications included a heavier barrel, a larger chamber, and a redesign of the lock extractor and the entire feeding mechanism. The prototype was tested from 1997 to 1999, but was rejected. The Polish Army adopted the UK M2000 machine gun instead, which was also based on the PKM. Zastav M84 M86. The Zastav M84 is a Yugoslav, Serbian-made licensed copy of the PKS. The Zastav M86 is a copy of the solenoid-triggered PKT. These variants can be easily recognized by their unhollowed stock Norinco Type 80. The Type 80 is a Chinese-made copy of the PKMS, Arsenal MG, MGM1, MGM1S NAMP, MG1M. Arsenal originally produced the MG, modeled after the original Russian PK model. The MGM1 is a licensed copy of the PKM with a synthetic buttstock and pistol grip. The MGM1S only differs from the MGM1 model due to the use of a tripod by the M1S model, whereas the M1 model uses the original bipod design. The MG1M, an improved squad automatic weapon variant, has improved features such as a redesigned barrel that allows for better cooling. Kagir Mitragliera MD 66. The Mitragliera MD 66 is a Romanian-made copy of the PKM. KGK General-Purpose Machine Gun. The KGK Universal Machine Gun was based on the SG-43 Goruanov machine gun and produced in Hungary during the 1960s and 1970s. It was used by the Hungarian army on a limited scale and was later replaced by a domestically produced copy of the Kalashnikov PKM machine gun. Production status: the PKM and other variants are in production in Russia and are currently exported to many nations. Additionally, various models are manufactured locally around the globe. Zastava Arms produces the PK under license as the M84, and it remains in use with many of the former Yugoslav successor states. The most recent modification is the Russian Pekenek, which features a forced air cooling barrel that cannot be removed in the field for quick replacement, unusual for a modern machine gun. Uses: Afghanistan, Albania, Algeria, Armenia PKM, Azerbaijan, Belarus, Bosnia-Herzegovina, Bulgaria PKM copies were produced as the MG1 and MG1M, Cambodia, Cape Verde, Chad, People's Republic of China PKM copies were produced as the Type 80, Croatia, Cuba, Czech Republic, Egypt, Eritrea, Estonia, Fiji, Finland, designated as 7.62 PKM, Georgia, Guinea, Guinea-Bissau, Hungary, India. Captured PKMs are used by Para-SF. PKT manufactured at Ordnance Factory Tiruchirappalli of the Ordnance Factories Board, Iran, Iraq, Israel, Kazakhstan, Kurdistan, Kyrgyzstan, Laos, Latvia, Lebanon, Macedonia, Mali, Armed and Security Forces of Mali, Malta, Armed Forces of Malta, Moldova, Mongolia, Mozambique, Nigeria, North Korea, Panama, Poland. PKM copies were produced. Romania. PKM copies were produced as the Mitragliera MD 66. Russia. Sao Tome and Principe, South Africa, used by the South African Special Forces. Sudan, manufacture locally as Mokhtar. Serbia, made under license as the M84, M86. Sri Lanka, Syria, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, Turkey, Uganda, Ukraine. PKM are locally producers KT 7.62 and KM 7.62. Uzbekistan, Vietnam, used from the Vietnam War to the present. Zambia, former uses East Germany. Lithuania, Soviet Union. Sweden, Swedish designation Kulspruta 95, used as vehicle-mounted machine guns only, mounted on former East German mount pounds acquired during the early 1990s. When the mount pounds were retired, so were the PKMs. Yugoslavia, PKM copies were produced under the name Zastava M84.